So Lucas, you've been away from the channel for a week and we've changed our format.
Yeah, you've changed everything while I'm gone.
Yeah. You know what? It's been a year. I want to sit down. It's nice. It's not. I've got a chair. I've got a coffee cup. I've got my little plant. I grew this. I grew this from a seed. You don't care though. You want to hear us talk about rogues, so let's do that. So far away, Lucas, as you often do, would you like to let the lovely audience at home know what the specific topic of today's Wiki Weekend Wednesdays, whenever these go out, is?
Yeah, we are going to be talking about Rogue / Anna Marie from Earth 616.
Yeah, and I adore Rogue. I love the character, and I think, like a lot of people, my love of the character partially comes from the 90s X-Men series. Here's a clip not of Rogue in that show, but the Japanese intro.
ミュータントヒーローチームである
Because I'll never pass up an opportunity to bring up how sick that intro is. And the character of Rogue in X-Men Evolution. Did you watch that?
I did, but I don't specifically remember Rogue from that.
I do, because I remember her outfit and thinking that's the hottest shit in the world. And the reason I love Rogue in animation, but not in live action, is because in animation, they lean in super hard on that accent.
Yeah, they really do.
Like, just the southern belle, which I can't do, but I just know she's always calling people sugar, and it's great. Because we're now reading from a laptop instead of a phone, we've got a professional setup now. Like, the layout of the wiki entry is different, because we're on the desktop version, not the mobile version. I'm very confused, but it starts with a quote, so I guess we'll start with a quote from Rogue and Marie Earth 616, and that is, once upon a time, I would have thrown you halfway to the moon for a crap like that. God help me if I start to miss those days. And then, Lucas, are you ready for some fucking band names?
Oh, yes.
Well, unfortunately, there isn't any, because the Rogue's aliases are terrible, and they include Anna Raven, Anne-Marie, Carol Danvers, Dr. Kellogg, Mutate9602, Scarlett O'Hara, Skunkhead, and Mrs. Smith. Or Miss Smith.
I didn't know she invented cornflakes, just Dr. Kellogg.
And then the Skunkhead thing is great, because like that's probably her most iconic feature, isn't it? Like the white stripe through her hair. Gender, female, height 5'8", weight 135 pounds, eyes green, hair auburn. And they don't have a thing here that says like, you know, unusual features. 'Cause how do they not have like the white streak through her hair?
Yeah.
It's so obvious. It's like the most like obvious part of her characterization. And looking at this as well, they have like a picture of when she's younger. She does have the white in her hair when she was a baby.
Oh, right, okay.
Identity, secret, citizenship, American / Krakoan, and occupation, adventurer, teacher, former terrorist.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, I think all mutants in the Marvel Universe are like former terrorists because they were like fighting against the government.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
It's like, hey, we don't want to get put on a weird list where you track us down and send robots to kill us. It's like, why not? And Lucas, like, you know that we're not covering the history of Anne-Marie LeBeau. We're going straight to powers and abilities, aren't we? Holy fuck. I'm just now looking at Rogue's power grid, and it's just 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7 on everything.
Wait, really?
If people don't know, the Marvel Power Grid is a ranking system for Marvel heroes and villains on a scale of 1 to 7, with 1 being an average human and 7 being nigh omnipotent, if not godlike in that specific regard. And Rogue has the potential to be one of the strongest characters in all of Marvel, presumably due to her powers of absorption. But without her absorption ability, she has a strength of 5, a speed of 5, a durability of 6, energy projection of a 1, and fighting skills of a 3. But her potential is like a 7 in everything. My God.
Holy shit.
This might be the most powerful character we've covered so far, because that's the thing about Rogue, isn't it? Like, it doesn't matter how powerful the person is she's fighting, because if she can get like one finger on them, she becomes equally as strong.
I mean, I guess so. I don't know exactly how her powers work. Like, if she touches the Hulk, does she become as strong as the Hulk? But
well, Lucas,
based on that power grid, it does seem like it.
Would you like to find out?
Yeah, go for it.
So, powers. Rogue is a mutant. Power absorption. Rogue can absorb the powers, energies, memories, knowledge, talents, personality, and physical abilities, whether superhuman or not, of another human being or members of some sentient alien races, through physical contact of her skin with the skin of another person. And it seems here that there is no limit to what she's able to absorb. It says here that it doesn't matter whether they are human or a mutant or superpowered. As long as she makes skin-to-skin contact, she will absorb essentially their essence and what makes them who they are.
That's insane.
And they show this in the X-Men Evolution cartoon, where Rogue is just overwhelmed by the amount of memories and power she's consumed, but she just so happens to touch Mystique, which means that in addition to copying everyone's power, she can turn into them. And they realise halfway through the fight with her when she's going insane, oh, she touched the Juggernaut. Oh no. She touched the Juggernaut. It's not that she just has the Juggernaut's powers. She has the Juggernaut's powers and Mystique's powers and like Spike's powers and Cyclops' powers and Wolverine's powers. So you're fighting like Wolverine, Cyclops, Juggernaut. And it's like, oh god, no. What do you do? What do you do when the Juggernaut starts firing lasers out of his dick? There's nothing you can do. It's insane. Speaking of which, Lucas, she can possess the powers of several superhuman persons at once. No upper limit has yet been determined for the number of superhuman beings whose powers she can maintain simultaneously, or the amount of power she can absorb.
See, what I'm wondering then, right, start of any X-Men battle, what you should...
Everyone touch Rogue. Everyone walk up and touch Rogue.
I was thinking you do the thing where, like, everybody stands in a line and high-fives Rogue just going down in a line, like, yeah, just hype everyone up.
That's all
Rogue
they need
gets
to do.
Everybody's powers all at once and just decimates.
No, do you know what they need to do? Do you know like when everyone puts their hands into the middle?
Yeah,
They all do that on Rogue and go, 3, 2, 1, Rogue, you got this.
Yeah.
It's all, like, realistically, can you imagine like, just picking two? Any two people on the X-Men squad, just pick Wolverine and anybody else and you win. Because imagine Wolverine with anybody else's powers, including his own. Like Wolverine with Cyclops' eyes, Wolverine with Jean Grey's psionic abilities, Wolverine with like Professor X's psychic capabilities, Wolverine with fucking, I don't know, like Magneto's powers.
Well, I was just thinking Colossus, because you just get a metal Wolverine there.
Oh my god,
That's
just
terrifying.
full metal Wolverine. Those touched are rendered unconscious by contact with her, though some beings, such as the Juggernaut, have been able to resist this effect.
Okay, so I guess that's why they don't do that at the start of a battle. But you could realistically just have God Rogue versus anybody else.
And it says here that you have to be as strong as the Juggernaut to resist it. So do you know what you do then? At the very least, just get her to touch someone like Colossus and say, okay, cool, now she's invincible with like completely indestructible skin. And then get the real Colossus to throw her at whoever they're fighting.
Yeah.
Because all she needs to do is get like one finger on them and immediately knock them out.
Like, just throw her into the middle of the enemies and just touch them all.
Like, just give her Mr. Fantastic's powers, and so she can just stretch her fingers out and touch everyone at once. It says here that while most of her life, her use of this power was involuntary, Rogue has recently gained full and complete control over it, so she's unstoppable.
Oh my
The fact
god,
that if she has control over it, like the one weakness she had is that she can't control that. If she can control that, what do you do? Because that means that she can just turn it on and off.
At the same time, it does make her a less interesting character, though.
It does, yes. And we've talked about this a lot of times on Wiki Weekends, where the moment the person gains full control over their abilities, they no longer are as interesting, because, well, now they're unbeatable. Her power is potentially lethal. Her flirtation, Cody Robbins, was in a comatose state for roughly a decade. Oh. After her powers first manifested and they touched, he never fully awakened and finally passed on instead of remaining on life support. Oh no! Did you know that? Oh no! She killed her first boyfriend.
She just flirted with someone in high school and killed him.
It was. I know that's like a common part of her story. And they always put that in like adaptations of Rogue's story. Like they even have it in the live action one, don't they? Like her boyfriend.
They do, yeah. She
puts him in a coma. And he wakes up a couple of weeks. Like, I didn't know that in the comics. It was 10 years, and his family's like, he's dead. Just fucking take him off life support.
Oh god.
You'd think with all the people that she knows, you think Professor X would be able to just go in and fix his mind.
Yeah.
Like Professor X, look, like I've stopped like several world-ending threats. Can you take my boyfriend? Can you help him? Just fix his brain, please. Can you just call Mr. Fantastic up? And he's like, no, he's really busy. Doing what? I don't know. And Lucas would like to end on a little bit of trivia about Rogue.
Yeah, sure.
Rogue is known as Milicia in French, Titiana in Latin American Spanish, Picara in European Spanish, Vampira in Portuguese, a word I can't pronounce in Russian, and Vadok in Hungarian, and was known as Parasit in Danish and Druda in Polish. And I'm guessing with the word Parasit there, her alternate names are just based on her absorbing other people's power. So they're a bit more on the nose. Because Rogue doesn't really make it sound like... It's not really that descriptive. Like Wolverine, that's very descriptive of what his power set is, like a wild, feral animal. Cyclops, you know, something to do with the eyes. Like, then you've got Rogue. It's like, what does that mean? She absorbs your powers. Rogue reflects the stereotype of a Southern belle, a woman in the South who is beautiful, flirtatious, and yet chaste. Not anymore, she's dating Gambit. Rogue's absorption of Jenny Svel's cosmic powers during House of M was meant to be a long-lasting consequence of House of M. However, X-Men related books weren't interested in following this plot point, so the upgrade only lasted as long as the storyline did. House of M is like its own fucking thing. We'll have to get into that one day, but yeah, Rogue. Also, I'm loving Sitting Down. Sitting Down's great. Oh, it's fucking fantastic. More of this shit.